good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Ohm Service Live with me, Mark from SoulOhm Reviews. We've got Chris from Lethal Coils, and we have got our wonderful written reviewster from Tales from the Ohm, Mr. BFG. Oh.
Hello. I thought you weren't going to mention that.
Well, you thought I weren't going to mention that. I think I got to add to mention it.
Oh, bless you.
If nobody has seen it, please go and check out the new review blog from our wonderful BFG. He's started doing written reviews on juice. It was the right squat pure minty, wasn't it?
Yep, the right soul's pure minty.
It's
cracking little juice.
Yeah, it is a good little juice. I think the whole range is, to be honest with you. The
cream
leaf's nice as well.
It's a mix of Nick Salt and Freebase Nick. It's a hybrid, and you get all the hit, but without that horrible scratchy feel that Nick Salt sometimes give you. Because I'm not a big fan, but
the berry ones, nice. By all accounts, I was talking to a friend of mine. The berry one is that popular that they ended up actually making it into big. The
Blue Blast.
Yeah, Berry Blast.
Yeah, it's awesome. That is gorgeous. Good evening.
Hello, everybody to chat. Hello. Yes. And hello to everybody on the replay as well. Hello.
Hello.
So, Chrissy baby.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to say hello to chat for us?
Sure.
Go on.
Two seconds. I'm just throwing some juice on my wicks.
That's what she said.
I dribbled a little bit.
That's what she said. Isn't that right, Rox?
We've got the Vapory. Hello, Bo. How are you? Gav Evans. Reno. What's going on? We've got, coming down the line, Chris Doyle. BFG Hodgson, of course. Vaping with Mobro. What's going on, dude? Timmer, RTS. Timmer. Tiberius Jax, Andy Harris, what's going on? Dion78, hello. Manic Stereo, Vapin' Irish. Tweak, what's going on, man? Bill Richards, how are you? Master Baker, what's going on? Baker is not a master, but you can be. Let's see. Net Reality, how are you? Jay Jerry, Chaos Pixie.
Who goes Pixie?
Stuart and Daytime Frank. Always dribble before you shout. That's right.
And let's not forget Bunny. Can't forget Bunny. Who goes to Bunny?
And Stuart.
And Stuart.
I said Stuart last.
And Steve.
Oh,
Stevie
Stevie
Porter, what's going on, man?
Before we kick off, can I just say a massive thank you to Simon, a.k.a. Master Baker. Much appreciated, dude.
One more thing, guys. Everybody wave to Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. What are we waving at, Jackie? Not of that.
Ladies present, dear boy. Ladies present.
Ladies. So how have we all been today? Have we had a good week?
We've had a decent week.
Yeah.
Gone quick.
Went ice skating.
You went ice skating? Cool.
Yeah, we did. Me and the family went ice skating. Taught my daughter how to skate without using the wall.
Oh, nice one. Have you skated a lot?
I'll tell you what. To be honest with you, no. I'm okay. I don't need the wall or anything. I mean, I do to stop, but I'm working on that.
Oh, bless you.
Slowly getting there.
Hey, Russ.
So, Steve, what have you been up to?
Work, and banging out the review last night. It was. I'll tell you what. Anybody that thinks it's easy knocking out sort of 500 words on a juice, no. I must have rewritten it 4 times.
Yeah, I tried doing written reviews, and it's like, no, I'm too critical. I know it sounds daft because you sort of like, you've got it in your head what you're going to say, and you type it out, and then you read it back, and then you read it back again, and then no, I'll change that. Then you read it back again. No, that just don't quite sound right. Oh no, it took me about 5 times longer to do a written review than an actual video review.
That was fun though. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And again, big thank you to the boys at It's Not Smoking Retford, who gave me the purely minted just to do the review and try it out. So massive thank you, Ben and Dale.
Big shout out to them guys.
Maybe I should try a written review. That might be
They're fun.
Yeah,
They are fun, mate.
They are good. It's
I'll
enjoyable
try
to
that
do,
out.
but it's very time consuming.
Oh, apparently it's time for Mix Ad.
Mix up.
Mike's ads.
Are you in the Gainsborough area?
Bum bum bum.
Do you need reliable, professional, and overall clean transport?
Bum bum bum.
Call
Share a
Mix
taxi.
Taxis. Hey, mate. Bit of drama to that one.
And talking to Dale, Dale's in chat. Hello.
Hey,
Hello,
Dale.
Mick Beavers.
I hope you caught the shout out, mate.
And Mick Beaver's in there
Indeed.
as well. Yeah, hello, Mickey baby. So, Steve, since Dee's really interested, what are you vaping on?
Right, on what's turning into my all-day setup, which is the Aegis X with the Kelpie RDA on top, and in that, the wonderful mixed fruit version of the Wicklicker yogurt. Absolutely stunning. Just think, you know that frozen fruit that you get in smoothies? So imagine that, yeah, with a great big dollop of fresh yogurt on top. But it's the end of the vape that I love on this, because it's got such a kick of fresh blackcurrant at the end. Oh, it just leaves you with the taste that makes your mouth sing. So that's what we're in on that.
And yes, Jackie, I do not own a Squonker.
In the Jab 4, we got some EVC Killer Custard, kindly donated by Master Baker, bless him. He didn't get on with it, but I love the stuff. Rev, I wish that was... I honestly think I could have banged it out in sort of 5-10 minutes if I'd done a video review. The written review, as Mark said, I am far too critical of myself. So you're like, no, that's not right. I can't put that. It'll shoot me. You know? Then you're flapping, oh God, has this image got copyright? And all the
Yeah,
rest of it.
it's frightening, isn't it?
I think it eliminates the repetition too. Like you keep repeating yourself and saying the same thing a couple of different times. So, you know, it definitely cuts down on the time of the review for reading.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So, Chris, what are you on, kidder?
Well, that has no batteries in it, so that's not a thing.
Hi, Ben.
We've got the Alan. Ben. We've got the Warlock's Hammer. Why am I so dim?
Whoa.
Genetics, dude. Genetics.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Whoa.
Let's not do that. We got the Warlock's Hammer with the Twisted Messes TM24 Pro on top. Let's not do that. In that, I'm actually running, where did it go? Denton Road from Detroit Underground Juice Collective. This is a nectarine custard.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got some of that ripping in there. We've got a, where'd it go? Vert. Unicorn Vert mod with the Unicorn V1 RDA on top. Loving that. In this, I've actually got the last bit of Emergency Vape Stash Strawberry Milk. We're going to be swapping over to, I don't know where it went. It's around here somewhere. There's another juice I'm swapping to afterward. But moving right along, I made a trade this week with a very special person, got my Unicorn mod, the one mod I've been looking at for ages. And now I'm not alone on the panel not owning one. Actually, now Steve is. And we've got the Hexohm V3 O-frame with the Apocalypse Gen 2 on top there. And in that, we are running from my very good friend, Mr. Daytime Frank. Thank you very much. It was awesome meeting you yesterday. Got some DIY from him, some apple fritter. And I got to tell you, he knows how to mix his juice. He knows how to mix juice. This is good.
That's what she said.
Oh, was this an MFM encounter or what?
I don't know.
Well, if you're mixing juices, there's got to be another.
Stop it. Stop it. Ladies.
Ladies.
You said it.
Oh, see, he pestered me for one, and now he's pestering you. Ben, you're a bad man. I told you, that is unique, mate.
It is. It's the only one. And even this isn't a proper SoulOhm. That is off me one of my beanies. That. Oh dear. So I suppose we best tell everybody what I'm on.
Vaping with Vic, how are you?
Hey up, kiddo. Sorry to hear about your channel, buddy. It's you're going through a bit of the rough old times at the moment.
No, you ain't kidding.
Yeah.
Talk about Ringer. I don't know if you saw the update. Fagan's appeal has been passed, but Vic's got knocked back.
I think the worst thing about it is that they won't tell you why.
Yeah.
Now, if you've done something wrong, I mean, okay, I'm one of these people. If you've done something wrong, it's a case of holding your hand up and saying, yeah, okay, I've done it wrong. But please tell me what I've done wrong. There's no good saying that you've done something wrong, but we're not going to tell you what it is. That's not good to no one. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Devil Vapor, Dean, what's going on, my dude?
Dean.
I do want to say that in response to Vic's comment, it's amazing that you put that in there. I've been listening to a lot of Bob Dylan lately. A lot of Bob Dylan.
Yeah, blame me in the government.
Hell yeah.
Right, I'm going to tell you what I'm on because it's you two not interested. Right, I'm on the Drop Dead V2 with the Rogue. In that, I've got some Cinnaroot juice, which I'm really enjoying. I'm also on my double barrel with my Kelpie, which I am thoroughly enjoying. I'm also on my Artery Pal 18650, and I'm also on my Hexohm with the Free Max Mesh Pro, and in that one I've got some of this stuff. It's called Jonesville Juice, and this is berries. Got look at the size of that bottle. It's nearly as big as my head.
I'd have been more impressed if you'd gone lower down.
Oh. That's what she said.
Well, thanks ever so much for watching, everybody. It's been a lovely show. You just know when you're not wanted.
Oh.
If it's that size, you'll be wanted, son.
Yeah.
Too bloody right.
No fear of that.
Oh, dear. Right, well, we've got your all news time.
Not when I've got a lungful, son.
That's what she said.
Right, well.
Well, you gotta blame the government.
Interesting you should say that. A new report out in the States by the CEI, which is the Competitive Enterprise Institute, who are a non-profit public policy organisation, have basically thrown what can only be described as a large globule of something brown and smelly at the FDA and CDC. According to them, the federal failure over EVALI deaths and illness will cost more lives, and not just through contaminated THC cartridges. The misinformation and mishandling of the crisis now runs the risk of killing more people as smokers back away from nicotine-based e-cigarettes. It states the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention knew right from the start of the outbreak last summer what the major link was, and that the overwhelming majority of reported cases were directly linked to the black market cannabis cartridges laced with vitamin E acetate. So it's interesting. They then went on to the real reason for the EVALI outbreak as early as the CEI was onto the real reason for the EVALI outbreak as early as July last year. And according to Michael Minton, the co-author of the report, over the last 4 weeks, 8 Wisconsin teenagers have been hospitalized with severe lung damage. The news that vaping caused these illnesses has swept across social media and is predictably being used to push for more government restrictions on e-cigarettes. But what few of these reports have pointed out is that it seems most, if not all, of the hospitalizations were related not to e-cigarettes but illicit street vapes, which we knew. So the CEI was way ahead of the curve on that one. All the media hype and scaremongering over EVALI has had the same effect, some might say, the CDC and FDA in particular was looking for: mass media bias on the safety of vaping. Yeah. So according to some sources, a staggering 87.5% of Americans now believe vaping is just as dangerous to health as lit tobacco. That is an astounding amount of people.
Yeah, but that's what they wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think it just got out of control for them.
And I think that's why they're trying to curb it all back now.
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. So the CEI report also takes the feds to task over the use of EVALI outbreak as a lever to convince ignorant politicians and the anti-vape hungry media that children need to be protected. So they're not just throwing EVALI at them, they're throwing protect the kiddies as well. It's about time somebody did this. So this has led to an upsurge in calls for flavour bans or the outright banning of vaping in general, which brings us to the sorry state that we find the states in at the minute. So it goes on to say, for the last 2 years at least, officials at the FDA and CDC have dedicated much energy and millions of dollars to combating what they have described as an epidemic of adolescent e-cigarette use. This terminology is based on a misleading interpretation of survey data that found an increase in experimental use of e-cigarettes once a month or more amongst middle and high school students since 2017. They ignored that the percentage of teenagers who have never smoked but use e-cigarettes habitually 20 or more times a month is approximately 0.5. That is not an epidemic.
Of course it's not.
Well, I do love the way they put that. Whoever wrote this report, I could kiss him. So it's a damning report, and there's no doubt it is. So all you can say is, whilst they farted about in the dark, trying to blame all the areas it wasn't, people were dying. That is the cold hard facts of it.
Thanks, Dean. Bye. He's getting dressed and drying his scrote.
Really?
He's leaving that thought with us.
Nah, pictures or it didn't happen. So
See,
EVALI was sorry.
So what you was actually saying, what I find quite interesting, it's like everything in America. It's all too late. It's all well and good them coming out with all this information, which us in the industry already knew anyway, right from the outset. But for him to come out with it now, 4 or 5 months later, I think it's too late. It's too late for that kind of information. The damage has already been done that severely now with America.
Yeah. I would agree. However, in defence of the report writers, you have to wait until you couldn't write a report on the outbreak of, say, coronavirus in China until you're aware of all the facts, etc. So there's going to be a time delay.
Yeah, obviously.
But this is the first report I've seen that has actually brought it to the general public's attention, rather than whether it will be believed is another matter.
Yeah, that. What the heck was that?
That was me. I
What's
think.
that?
You sound like you're farting on camera.
No, that was my arm dragging across my desk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it again.
It sounded a little sticky. Right, moving on to our own hallowed shores on this pre-Brexit show.
Can I just say, Irish has said exactly right. They came out with it right away and were ignored. Now they're basically saying, we told you so.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I think there's a lot more of that to come. Hell of a lot more.
See, the thing is, though, and it should happen, the people that from the CDC and FDA and the government should be held accountable for this.
Never happened.
I know it's not going to happen, but they should be.
I
You're
agree
right,
completely.
Especially the CDC. And the way that the CDC reported it and everything, and the way that they went about it, they should be held responsible.
I agree completely. The only reason the FDA are taking less blame in my mind is because of some very fancy footwork when they realised, oh, we can't keep a cap on this. Once the acetate came out and the fingers were firmly pointed at that, then the FDA just back straight off.
But I mean, let's face it, the CDC basic information was do not vape.
Yeah,
That was it. That was it. It was a cut and dry thing with them. Do not vape.
And it's only a week or so since the information on the CDC website has been updated. Because up until a week ago, it still said you should not vape nicotine-containing e-cigarettes.
Oh, wait. So Brexit happens tonight?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And basically, if you've spent any time reading all these, what will change after Brexit? I can give you the answer now. Tap all. Few politicians lose their job. Yeah. There's a few more of them are going to start talking in the UK. Passports change colour, and that's it.
Nothing we will not notice anything. Us mere mortals.
That came across a bit Freddie Truman there. I don't know what happened. I channeled.
You did.
Right, on to the UK. Apparently, new UK doctors' vape guidelines have been issued, and all medical professionals are urged to alert any lung-related illness that could be linked to vaping. The yellow card system.
Yeah.
So the advice coming from the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, the MHRA, ask all patients routinely about e-cigarette use and report any suspected side effects via the yellow card system. So the yellow card scheme is a UK government website where medical professionals can report adverse drug reactions, medical device adverse incidents, defective medicines, and counterfeit or fake medicines.
Bill
Right.
Richards.
Freddie Truman. Good lad. So all of the UK GPs and doctors receive a letter this week suggesting they use the yellow card scheme if their patient passes the following criteria. So the patient has vaped in the last 30 days. There is a pulmonary infiltrate, such as opaqueness in the plain film chest x-ray.
Mr. Evans?
There's absence of respiratory infection and no evidence of alternative diagnosis, such as malignancy. So what's saying is if the
Uh-oh. Oh, we understood what that meant.
He's restraining himself.
I think it's about time you got a new mic. What do you think?
I think so.
Hashtag new mic.
Let's start a GoFundMe for
Yeah.
Steve's new microphone.
Bless him. Is he back?
All super chats from this stream go to...
Am I back?
You're back, yes, sir. That was quick one.
Fabulous. Right, so what they're saying is basically if there are any opacities on the plain film chest x-ray and it's not cancer,
Mm.
and basically they're wanting to, I could do the rest through interpretive dance. Basically, it looks like what they're inferring is the likes of popcorn lung.
Mm-hmm.
Or something in a similar manner.
Mm.
Yeah.
Fucking Billy, what's going on?
And apparently, if the patient's showing any sign of lung illness and ticks all of the above boxes, the doctor should report the case as a possible link to their vaping habits. Really, I would have thought there's a lot more investigation that needs to be done before that assumption is made.
And that could be, let's face it, that could be abused seriously.
Oh yeah, if you've got a GP.
Me personally, that sounds like a, I wouldn't say conspiracy, but a, something not quite right there.
Yeah, especially when it goes against Public Health England's advice.
Yeah. That sounds like they're giving doctors the bullets to fire.
Oh, does it? Now, whether it actually happens or not, however, we're just reporting on the fact that it's been suggested.
Is this only a suggestion, or is it actually been rolled out?
They have sent out the letters. However, it will be down to the individual GP as to whether they do it. This isn't legislation. This is advice from the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency. Given it's using something that reports fake medicine.
Yeah. But is that also a side of the industry that's more into, should we say, NRTs?
Quite possibly, dear boy.
Yeah. So, like, where is this going? Are they trying to prove something?
I would say so.
Because it sounds like it to me.
It does to me. There's
an agenda.
Backdoor agenda here.
Yeah.
It is worrying. I would suggest that advice, if that and that is that, it must be that.
Yeah.
Is a bit more than a little suspicious, shall we say.
Because isn't it sometime this year that the new Public Health England paper comes out on e-cigarettes? Isn't it? It's this year it comes out.
So maybe it's a forerunner. Maybe it's a forerunner that it's a positive outcome, and they're looking for ammunition to try and poo-poo it. I mean, in the words of General Melchett, one should never ignore a poo-poo.
Never ignore a poo-poo.
No, they become infected.
And never trust a fart over 40.
Dear Lord, I'd say serious to
So the question I want to know, Chris, is how many 40-year-olds have been farting over you?
None.
I say.
None.
And if you're under 40, are you quite happy for them to fart on you?
We shall head back over the pond and rapidly remove that mental image from my mind.
Oh boy.
Apparently, over 50 Democrat members of Congress have written to Trump calling for the current closed pod flavour ban to include open systems.
Oh, fun.
It says quite scarily, I would put an absolutely fabulously ignorant reasoning. The politicians bring up the whole supposed teen vape epidemic and actually suggest young folk will become drug addicts through vaping. Which is unbelievable.
That's funny because vaping has gotten several people that I know off of drugs.
So the Democrats seem to try and attempt to use every single piece of anti-vape science to justify the call for the ban, including vaping contains heavy metals. There's quite often a predilection for Iron Maiden, but I wouldn't say it contains heavy metals.
No.
And flavours are being aimed at hooking kids. One should not attempt to hook kids. It's not nice. Their parents won't thank you, and you'll get blood all over their little clothes.
Especially if you're hooking them.
So the letter ends, and this, I love this. This is not good. Not good, no. We are deeply alarmed that this policy exempts open tank-based products, disposable flavoured e-cigarettes, and certain flavoured e-cigarette cartridges, including menthol and even, I tell you, tobacco.
Oh, blimey.
These exemptions are all but certain to increase the popularity of refillable pod systems such as the Soaring and Smok, which are the most popular flavoured e-cigarette products amongst adolescents after Juul. In addition, the guidance will not eliminate the nearly 15,000 e-cigarette flavours on the market, many of which come in kid-appealing flavours such as gummy bears and s'mores, as children will be able to access them through open systems. Right, let's answer this, boys. It's dead simple. You've got laws. Use the buggers.
Have they? You
you
wouldn't
can't.
bloody think so.
You wouldn't, would you?
No.
This short-sighted policy fails to provide the comprehensive response needed to end this public health crisis. Now, you know what's needed to end this public health crisis? Get rid of the chuffing congressman. Get some new ones in. Get some in that are maybe thinking more about the people that voted for them instead of their political careers and aren't prepared to take very large backhanders from pharma and tobacco. Give it a rest, boys.
It's crackers.
Yep, gummy THC bears should be banned, and I agree with the whole. I don't know if you guys saw that. I posted a picture a long time ago where the FDA is fighting to get rid of all these flavors, yet they're approving gummy-flavored candy.
Oh, yeah.
Candy-flavored gummy amphetamines for children. Those should be gone.
Speed for kids.
Speed for kids.
With ADHD, yes.
But you've also, go to something more simpler. Your nicotine pack, not the sprays. They're berry flavoured.
Mint. Which, according to these arseholes, is going to stop the world from turning because you can buy menthol flavoured things. Menthol is popular with teenagers. Really? Come on.
At the end of the day, you've got a law stating the age limit for vaping. So enforce
you got
it.
an age limit on smoking, on drinking, on
Enforce
smoking
it.
marijuana. You've got age limits on driving.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have these laws that you enforce already. Just
Enforce them.
enforce them.
Well, let's be right. You heard any of these turn around and say, well, you can't have a Mustang. Mustangs are appealing to young adult males.
You know what insurance companies do? If you own a red car, your insurance rates are going up. As opposed to if you had the same car in black or blue.
I think if you look into it, there's actually a premium on black as well because they're supposed to be less visible.
Is it?
Somebody did some data on that years ago.
That's so stupid.
Well, they've always said that if you have a red car, you've got a higher chance of having an accident.
Yeah, because it's a race car apparently, or some shit like that.
You ever seen a red Skoda? Give me a red.
Come on, we can't say out about Skoda. They're owned by Volkswagen now, aren't they?
Nah, they're all owned by a bloody Volkswagen, I think. Interesting one here. Philip Morris has bought itself another vape company.
Ooh, who
is this?
They've just bought the vaping arm of the huge South Korean company KT&G. The Korea Tobacco and Ginseng Corporation is a major player in the country, selling many of South Korea's major lit tobacco brands. So apparently their vaping arm sells the Lil device. So PMI owns the Lil brand, which includes a highly popular heat not burn device. Yes, the Lil Mini. Anybody get the feeling they may be buying up the competition?
Yeah. Well, we know what they're doing in the Philippines, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Hey, boys, you want cash?
You want
You want
lots
cash?
of money. We got lots of money.
The only problem is the boys over there seem to be taking it a bit too far, as I was telling people on Sunday. They are actually now confiscating vape gear from people arriving in the country.
Which is
unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
Sorry, that was India. I do apologise. That wasn't the Philippines. That was India. Now, did any of you see the newspaper story that it was about to become illegal to vape in your car?
No.
It was a rehash of an old story. First appeared around 2018.
I know they was trying to ban you vaping in a car because of visibility.
That's exactly the thing. There is no law, that states dire warnings of fines up to £5,000. Whoever thought that one up must have been on a right lunchtime bender. Proper. So the boss at the Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents, Nick Lloyd, says as well as there being physical distraction, vaping while behind the wheel can create visibility problems if clouds of vapour are produced. Although it's not currently prohibited in law, drivers choosing to vape while on the road is a growing and concerning trend. It's called Darwinism, because if you're stupid enough to have a cloud chucker in the car and not have a window down,
you're an
you
idiot.
deserve to hit a sign.
Yeah.
I fully appreciate we've got a problem because it will take out innocent people.
You're
But
a few
who in their
chromosomes
right
short of a
mind?
full DNA strand.
The only thing that I've got to say about this whole thing, right? The police cannot monetize people from using a mobile phone. They can't enforce that. So if they can't enforce people using a mobile phone, this is just in the UK, how the heck are they going to enforce that one?
You just follow the car with a huge plume of vape coming out the window.
He's just...
You look like
It's
Cheech and
just-
Chong rolling down the street.
Dude!
It's so like another scaremongering story.
Oh, well, it's like the Daily Express. According to them, we've been looking at the next ice age for the last 2 weeks. Have we actually had any snow? Above 300 metres, I think.
What was it?
But
I had one on my phone. Britain plummets to -8 degrees this week, and it ends up, top end of Scotland.
yeah, possibly on top of a hill somewhere.
Where there's
Well,
no trees.
Angus the Lone Shepherd is a little iffed, but has put on an extra layer of thermals.
Yeah, exactly. It's blooming ridiculous.
And finally, to wind up the news, Aussie Docs have made quite an interesting
Oh, they
U-turn.
have, haven't they?
It comes with conditions, though. So, they have turned round and said that e-cigarettes should be prescribed as a second course of action if all other methods to quit smoking have failed. That is it in a nutshell.
One second before you go any further. Huggles Gales!
Gailey!
And it was
It's not
-8
me,
there
yeah.
and snowing.
Gailey, I stand battered. I apologise.
So it was the shepherd and Gale that was stood outside while it was -8 when it was snowing.
Bless. Now, I've put a link to an interesting article about the whole thing, because if we go into it too much, we're going to be talking about the news all night, and we don't want to be doing that.
Oh, no.
No. But it is hope, which is something Australia's lacked on the vaping scene for
The
a
only
long
thing that I worry about is obviously they are going down that medical route.
I think we're going to see more countries doing that.
Which is yes, it is a worry though. You can't get away from it. It is a worry because there's going to be strings attached to that.
Oh, big time.
And it was like what you were saying. They're going to use it as a last resort with promoting NRTs first before they go down that route.
Which, when you look into that whole thing a little closer, that means Champix is going to be considered a first strand.
Like Irish has just said, it's paving the way for Pharma.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. This is
Chantix needs to be blacklisted.
Yeah, it should be. It's good news in one sense, but it's mega bad news in another sense.
Oh yeah.
Because obviously you go down that route, and once them binds have been tied, that's it. You're stuck, and you'll only be able to vape what they tell you to vape.
Well, it's like Bill's just said. In Australia, you can only legally get nicotine with a prescription. So what we're looking at is, I'm actually getting quite concerned about this, because the more we're seeing now where people appear to be changing their mind, farmers in there. Yeah. We've got more calls from Europe for it to go down the medical route again. Nothing strong yet.
Nothing too strong.
No, I would like to see a lot more about TPD3 than we are. Worrying. Because now we are relying on the Germans. We've walked away.
Yeah.
We have no more input. The NNA can go in, but they're going to have to go in with the German counterparts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's going to be interesting.
Well, it is. It's like that ancient Chinese curse, isn't it? May you live in interesting times.
And I've got to admit, we do live in interesting times at the present moment.
You do if you vape. We've had our balls kicked all the way through 2019.
And way before then.
Or insert gender-friendly genitalia into that phrase, whichever. It's just... This is crazy. This is swines. The good thing is, the Germans were quite resilient against TPD. They definitely cherry-picked what they wanted. So TPD3, they're very unlikely to support, anything too silly. The WHO, on the other hand...
Oh, God. If you leave it up to them, they'll just outright ban it.
Oh, you ain't kidding. Bill's just put one. He mentioned Chantix to his GP, who literally fell off his chair laughing because of Bill's mental health.
Yeah.
That stuff, like you say, Chris, that stuff is just lethal.
Yeah, I was on it 3 times. 3 different times I was on it, and it was nasty. It was the worst thing I'd ever taken.
Well, I was on an unbranded version, and literally my missus, within a week, had thrown a packet of 20 at me and said, for God's sake, stop taking it and start smoking. The nightmares and all the rest of it, I turned into an absolute git.
You? I can't believe that. You would kid. No, never.
It's horrible medication. It needs to be blacklisted.
It turns you into the worst possible version of yourself. Well, personally, it did for me.
Yeah, and they use the excuse that it's nicotine withdrawals. Don't worry about it.
No, it's got tap all to do with. I've been through cold turkey on nicotine. I did not turn into the sort of guy who would use his fists rather than his brain.
Right.
Because that's what that stuff did to me. I stopped wanting to sort of talk things out and just wanted to beat people. I wouldn't ever wish anybody to go through that.
Oh, bless Bunny. Bunny tried Chantix years ago, and that shite resulted in her having to take antidepressants for 8 years. Wow.
Oh, Bunny. Jesus Christ. See, you read things like that, and this stuff doesn't just, go away when you stop taking it. It just...
Daytime Frank was almost fired from his job and arrested for assault while on Chantix.
Really? Jeez.
It's terrifying stuff, mate. For some, it just seems to throw that switch in the back of your brain, and you go from Homo erectus to just bloody caveman. Yeah.
And same with Zan. Zan was very aggressive as well. And the scary thing is, though, this is FDA approved. Obviously, it's UK approved as well. It's an approved drug.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know there is a case for ADHD kids and getting amphetamine.
Mm-hmm.
However, that balance, if I was the parent having to make that choice, you really have to do some thinking on that one. Because, amphetamine is not to be messed around with.
Oh, God, no.
I'm on them every morning.
It's always in the human body amazing, though, because, you take it to improve your concentration. So it's almost like you're speeding part of you up to catch up with the rest of you.
Yeah.
Would you say that was correct, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you're speeding something up inside yourself to catch up with the rest of you. Yeah.
My body speeds up. My mind, not so much.
Irish? That was
my mind is always going 100 miles an hour, though. So
yes,
I could be doing something like this, and I'm thinking, like, my head's off somewhere else, thinking about everything else. And
yeah, I'll leave that to the wife. She's good at that.
Chris 09, he tried Champs twice, never stopped me smoking, but had no side effects, nor did 3 of my friends.
Interesting.
I had such bad side effects from it. It was horrible. I was sick every single morning. It never failed. It didn't matter if I ate before my meds or not. It did not matter.
I think with me, it was the vivid dreams. And just the overall aggression it brought out.
Yep.
Yeah.
UK Vape Star.
Amphet for kids with ADHD have to be monitored pretty closely. Yeah, it does, and I think we're finally getting this sort of stuff right. I mean, my daughter's been sodium valproate for years because of epilepsy. And if you look back to when we were kids, the amount of monitoring now is fantastic. Back in the 70s, they'd have chucked you a bottle of pills and just rewritten you the prescription.
Right.
But let's face it, I mean, even in this country, we've still got an opioid problem anyway. Either from over-the-counter opioids and prescribed opioids as well.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's getting really bad. Yeah, and now that is what they're classing now as an epidemic.
Well, I mean, I think if you look back to the good old days when if you were a user of Mary Jane, it was something that was done discreetly, not while you were out shopping around Iceland and you suddenly nip out for a biff day, Things have changed.
I mean, how many times have you heard it, especially in America, with Valium?
Yep.
But that's quite all right for the house.
Adderall.
They're quite happy, the housewives there, to have that. And that with Valium.
Their favorite thing to prescribe is Adderall. That's what they love to prescribe for an amphetamine here in the States. They love giving out Adderall.
Nah.
Chantix is Champix. Chantix is the correct way to say it.
So, ding. Worked in Royal Mail on nights. 3 to 4 of the shop floor were off. 3/4 of the shop floor were off their heads on tramadol every single night. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Lovely.
That stuff's
Tramadol.
Yeah.
Tramadol, Ultram. Yeah, I was on some for my back issues.
What I can't understand is how the hell people can take ketamine.
Oh, Special K?
This is a drug designed to knock horses off their feet. Why the hell would you take it? You know what I mean?
Because it was fun.
Because we liked it.
Just once. That was it. Nah. You know, I was a bastard when I was growing up, man. I was off the rails. I was doing whatever I felt like.
Nah. Dude, I mean, look, we've all had our little patches where you go off the rails, yeah?
It's experience.
Some people have done it more than others. I feel quite an innocent boy here.
Bless you.
Do you know some of the things like that never ever bothered me? I mean, don't get me wrong, I've had a joint and things like that, but the whole drug taking side of it has just never really
appealed
to me. I think more. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, I was nowhere near an innocent young lad by any means of the imagination, but I think mine was more alcohol than anything else.
He was mopping while we were in a stupor, curled up in a ball somewhere, yeah? He's chasing after all the available ladies.
Yeah. I think it's that control thing. I don't like not being in control.
Well, some people are just have a genetic disposition to being affected by substances.
Oh yeah, I mean, most people have got an addictive personality. We all of us that are watching this show and us three in the panel, we've all got an addictive personality because we're all on these.
I was just reading Tiberius's comment. He lived in Greece. He was prescribed ketoprofen for pain just for one day. It was the best day ever.
No, one day, not just for one day. Ben Huckle says, give it a good tug, Steve.
Ooh.
Cheeky.
Yeah.
The good old days, you just do a line and get on with it.
You can either live life or do as you are told. Oh no, don't get me wrong. I've lived life quite happily, but I'm just one of these people that I like to have my faculties. Yeah.
Oh, the amount of mornings where you wake up and think, "What the hell did I do last night?" Yeah.
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 Oh, I'm just saying, thank God Facebook wasn't around.
Oh God, yeah. Especially when I were a teenager, Jesus. Scrapes I got into.
4 years ago, me and my buddy had a little party at his house, and we were doing some pretty heavy drinking, and I don't know why we thought it was a good idea, but his cell phone came out, and so did Facebook, and we ended up going live, and it was, oh man, what a night. We woke up the next morning looking at all this stuff, and we're like, oh, fuck.
I mean, back when I was running pubs, once you got rid of all the punters, the place was yours, yeah. And interesting events occur, as they do. You know, you've had a rough night, you're blowing off steam, there's a bit of booze involved, yeah. You wouldn't want that, no.
See, the thing is, though, I mean, it frightens the hell out of me because I'd probably end up with Hannibal or something like that, you know, taking bits off my face and feeding it the dogs or something, you know what I mean? It's like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to be that out of my face. No.
That's harsh.
Do you like mushrooms, Mark?
Do I like mushrooms?
No.
You'll like these ones.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's true. When Facebook was around, it was called Etch a Sketch.
That's harsh, given I'm older than you are.
Not really. You're only just older than me.
Old enough.
We're the same age now, aren't we?
Yes, but you still look young and pretty.
We're exactly the same age. Flat
Good
cap.
evening, Gaz.
Gaz, what's going on, my dude?
I'm an Gailey says she's angelic and innocent and has no idea of what you speak of.
I totally agree with you, Gail. Yeah, I'm with Gail on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got a clue.
See, shrooms. never did it for me. Sort of waking up in a field, middle of nowhere, quite often in a puddle of vomit. No.
I've had mushrooms before, but they didn't affect me at all. Like at all. So they were probably just some mushrooms grown in horse shit. I don't know.
It's a very fine line between a good trip out and just feeling sick as a dog.
Well, I'd even tried acid once, and even that did nothing for me.
Oh, you didn't get the talking toilet bowl?
Nothing. That's crazy.
I think one of the nastiest ones. Oh, but anyway, this is not the time or the place.
Well,
No.
it was getting juicy then.
No, because I'm the person that's involved in the story may be now a married couple for all I know, so no. There we are. Flatcap was saying to me earlier on today he would do anything to get on this show as a guest. Bless him.
He'll do anything. Ooh.
Oh, geez. Apparently I need some better quality dealers.
Gaz, have you ever heard the story of the 20 Marlborough and the hobo?
Flatcap wants on. He wants to come on as a guest.
Well, the boss.
Yep, that's the boss's decision.
Yeah, we'll sort something out. Most definitely.
What we got now? I will incriminate myself anymore now. Any more beer left? Oh bless.
Oh dear.
Bill says Coke and Speed did nothing for him.
Oh, I had a problem with that first one.
Why would you take
What,
anything
cherry?
that makes you talk to
Coke.
strangers?
Cherry.
No. Nope.
Oh.
The white one.
Oh, the white one.
Yeah.
Why take something that makes you talk to complete strangers and prevents you?
I don't know.
Hippie?
I did that so much. I'd be sitting at a bus stop just talking away to whoever was sitting there.
I don't know what Bo's been enjoying, but that don't sound good.
Dear Lord.
By
Bo.
all accounts, come makes him fall asleep. Well, there you go.
Oh.
You're not typing on your phone, perchance, are you? Bo?
And really, I don't want to know what good stuff you've had. You don't sound good to me.
Jackie, I've never had a problem with being shy.
Oh.
Chris loves white stuff. He rubs it into his gums afterwards. Only for that special someone. Sorry, dude.
Man, no, I did. I had a big problem with Coke a long time ago.
Did you, kid? Wow.
Yeah, I had a problem with Coke and crystal meth.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah,
You
I'm
don't
off of
know.
them now. Totally clean, but
you really do pick your monkeys, don't you?
yeah. I did some dangerous shit back in the day.
Jackie, you have no idea, darling. Speed and weed.
Speed
Yeah,
and weed.
That's a common mixture,
Is it?
especially
Yep.
in the kitchens. You take the weed to chill you out after a long shift, and the speed gets you there. But if you have too much weed, you just have a little dab of speed to pick you back up.
Yep.
But
Davey
Rev.
says heroin.
Rev has heroin.
oh god, golden brown.
Again,
The song.
much like the mushrooms and the acid, did it once. I did just a little bump on my fingernail, and it did nothing for me. So I never looked into that. Did not want to.
I think if you ever considered it, just watching Trainspotting should put you off for life.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oh, what, dude!
Dude, you've not seen Trainspotting?
See that film.
Go watch Trainspotting.
Okay.
It is
Given what you,
awesome.
given what
All
you,
right, bye guys. I'm going to watch Trainspotting.
given what you've just described, mate, you will know where that is coming
Okay.
from. Golden brown. Yeah,
I'll have to watch it.
Texture like sun.
that's the one.
Can't beat a bit of golden brown.
World's worst toilet.
Yeah, the world's worst toilet. That was brilliant. That.
It was Spud when he was stayed over that bird's plane.
Train Spotting 2. It was okay. It's nowhere near as good as the first one, but it's sort of like 10 years on from the first one, and it's nice to reminisce. It's kind of got that to it, hasn't it? With this bit of a storyline to it.
Sorry, Gailey's comment. Irish obviously put about the world's worst toilet, and Gailey's just put, thanks Irish, eating my dinner. Yeah, I'd agree with Rev on that.
Yeah,
It's
totally,
not an
yeah.
iconic film, but it ties together the unfinished business. Absolutely brilliant. Train Spotting is just like one of the must-see films. If you ever want to put your kids off taking drugs,
Yeah, watch Train Spotting.
that'll do it.
Maybe I'll put that to my daughter, man.
No, you really do want to watch it. It is a well worth film.
Watch it first.
Because
I'll watch it first.
What I like about it is not only you've got the really serious side of drug abuse, but you've also got the humour as well with it.
Mm-hmm.
But you've also got the, how would you put it, betrayal it causes.
Yeah. And how much it hurts the families as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It really is.
Bye, Bo. Take care,
See you later,
Bo.
Bo. Don't forget to check Nat. Make sure she's made all necessary checks as well.
Yeah, Jackie, you are probably right. Yeah, it's 20 years later. It's not 10 years later.
Gailey Bops is dripping.
She's dripping?
She's dripping.
Nothing worse than going dry.
Oh, no.
Well, how the hell did we get on? Films is Sunday, boys.
Yeah.
Tonight is vaping.
Yeah, tonight's vaping.
Yeah.
So, anything? Yeah, obviously it's Chinese New Year. There's not a lot of movement. Is there anything you've heard about that you're interested in?
Nothing that's really tickled my fancies. I noticed that Signature Chips, they're doing the 21700. It's basically not a squonker, but it's the same shape as the normal SQ, but non-squonky. It's just a 21700 Mac. I noticed that's coming.
Tiny little thing.
By all accounts, it's supposed to be the smallest 21700 Mac. So that I would actually be interested in having a look at.
I mean, the one that caught my eye was the Odin. That's being released with the Vupu proprietary chip.
The proprietary chip.
Proprietary chip.
Proprietary chip.
Vupu's own chip.
Yeah, the gene.
I don't know if it's the gene.
Because Vupu does the gene chip.
It should knock quite a whack off the Odin's price. So for those of us that can't afford the DNA in it,
that's the gene chip. Get the outlay.
Fire up the Quattro. The clutch. Yeah, the clutch looks nice. That's the SQ shape one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it is called the clutch. That's it.
The UL Evil Dildo. I've seen very little about that, but people have
I've heard a lot of things about it. Yeah.
The evil dildo.
Yeah, the EV Dillo.
It's
the
about
EV Dillo, but everybody calls it the evil dildo.
It's about 20 quid. I think from what I've been seeing, the lesser spec Odin will be somewhere about $20 more expensive than the evil dildo. So
Yes, Gailey, an evil one.
Evil dildo.
An evil dildo.
yes, the head rotates and then it spins.
Andy,
You gotta call a priest into the bedroom to get it to stop. The power of Christ compels you.
Neil,
No,
leave it
not
alone.
again. No.
Oh, there we are. 65 quid for the Odin 200.
Gately says I'm out.
Oh, bless you.
Oh, they should call it the steerage mod. First class gets the posh chip.
There you go.
The thing is, though, with the quality of the chips that are coming out, do you really need to pay that extra for the DNA?
Me personally, no.
No.
Ditto.
No,
No.
I've vaped this long without a DNA device. Do I need one? No.
No.
Well,
Nope.
for those that own the G class, you know,
Well,
the chips, exactly.
the only downside that I've got with the EHEs is the drain. Oh dear.
Shit, sorry guys.
We do apologise.
Gav's just corrected me again. It's Duff Pony, not Voopoo.
Ah,
I'm such a muppet. I do apologise. I'm always getting those two mixed up. It doesn't end well.
no. Dupo are better than the other one.
Getting laughed out.
Yeah, getting back to Yeehys, they've got... all Yeehys chips have got a problem. They just drain your batteries if you don't turn it off completely. Irrespective. If you just leave it standing, they just drain your batteries. Which is not a good thing.
No.
I mean,
And they've never fixed it. They know about it, but they never fixed it.
all I'm thinking is, you know, back in the day, there were some truly awful devices. Yeah, and then the DNA came out and the E came out. And if you wanted to be assured of quality, you bought those two chips, and they came at a premium.
And they still do.
And they still do. However, the other guys have really upped their game. Look at the gene chip. You know. So, do you really need it? Most DNA chips have residual battery drain too, apparently.
I know the Yeehys are renowned for it. They always have been.
The Gen mod.
Yeah, Gem Mod. I mean, that's a fantastic from Vaporesso.
That's interesting. Ian's just dropped that one in. Bombshell. The new Odin apparently has the same chip as the Aegis X. Now, if that's true, there's absolutely no reason why I wouldn't buy that new Odin then, as long as it's reasonably priced.
See, the thing is, I mean, you've got to admit, going over the years of vaping, devices nowadays are reasonably good. There's not any real bad ones out there anymore. Not anymore. Or am I wrong? Or am I just talking rubbish? But I don't think so. You go back to 2013, 2014, and the quality of products that was coming out at that time to what quality of products are coming out now.
Oh, yeah. Far surpassed the older stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, now I'm trying to think what that one that... There was a mod that Vic got in for review, and it was the German guys who did the Brunhilde. And it was a black and gold mod, and it was absolutely stunning. Is it the... Oh...
I need to open this window a
They
little more.
brought out a tank that sounded like a bloody coffee. Chris... That's it, the crime held.
Die codes?
Creme held.
Oh, crime held.
The creme held mod in black and gold is probably one of the most gorgeous things I have seen in a long, long time. I think Vic's got it for review, but obviously the band's hit. So I'm absolutely sat on tenterhooks to see how it actually performs. Because if it's as good as it is pretty, that will be some mod.
I've got to admit, at the present moment, nothing is really grabbing me except the clutch. That clutch, I really do fancy that.
Need new plates, mate.
Yeah, it's about right. That, yeah.
There we are. Dicodes didn't have any drain at all. Creamhilled, apparently. Thank you, Gav. This is excellent, this.
Yeah.
I fall down and Gav picks me up. Thank you, Gav. Appreciate that.
That's
mate.
what Gav's for.
No, because he's probably sat there muttering, fucking idiot.
And I want to come on a show with him.
No, Gav.
What
not
was
Gav.
Yeah, not Daz.
There always has to be one special person on a show, and that's me.
No, I think we've got all three of us. We're all special.
Yeah,
Come on.
we're all special in our own ways. In our own way.
That's another good point by Robbie. He's just piped up the new Odin is a 200-watt mod, but who the hell vapes above 200?
Batman.
Yeah, but he's got lungs of leather.
But you asked who?
What normal human being vapes above 200?
I have no idea.
Now that's interesting. That so let's give that one out to chat. What do you vape at normally? So let's get some numbers in. I'm curious about that one. Because what you normally?
Tomac, that's my t-shirt, mate.
What am I at?
Yeah, what do you normally vape at?
60% battery.
Okay, in wattage, what would you normally vape at?
Between 80 to 110.
What about you, Steve?
Well, at present on the on this, I'm at 50, but I mean, if I'm not on a Kelpie in a single, I'm normally around sort of 70, 75.
See, I'm round about 65 to 80. And by looking in chat, we're all round about not a million miles away from each other. There's a few exceptions.
I mean, true. Tiberius has just hit it on the head. Depends on the liquid flavour and the mod. You know,
Truth.
I mean, if I'm on a custard, I don't tend to go to the top end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting what people are saying. We are all vaping round about the same level, though, but roughly between 80 watts and 60 watts.
See, that's even for mouth to lung. Wow. Bill's 57. Blimey, Bill.
Bill. 57.3 to 97.3. Like it.
I mean, Rev does a lot of mouth to lung as well. Doesn't he? So,
I mean, if you're doing mouth to lung, what's that? Round about what? 12 to 14 watts?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
about
so.
that, isn't it, for mouth to lung?
I don't do a lot of it, to be honest.
No, I don't. I rarely mouth to lung. In fact, I still find it, when I'm actually reviewing a device that's a mouth to lung, I have to use it for at least minimum of a week just to get used to mouth to lung in it.
Gaily, that has to be the comment of the night. Bill, we need to talk. My OCD is screaming.
Yeah, it sounds more like a radio station.
Yep.
Bill FM 57.3 to 97.3 FM.
And every station in between.
I mean, I do find that I love creamy flavours and custards. And like Gav's just said, you take it too high, you lose the subtleties and you just gain that sort of burnt flavour.
Flat cap, I have before. I don't on a regular.
No, I don't think anyone vaped. Really? I don't vape mouth to lung on coils over 2 ohm. I haven't vaped on a 2 ohm coil in many a moon. Many. Oh,
I'm
donkeys.
far too much of a youngster to have even attempted it.
I mean, vaping over a 2 ohm, it was sort of like going back to when it was sort of like silica wicks and you're wrapping your own coils with 32 gauge blooming Canthal. Those were the days. I think I would struggle to build a coil that was 2 ohm.
ohms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially dual.
God,
Yep.
I mean, blooming it'd be about 25 wraps or something. I haven't got a big enough RDA for that.
See, I find it interesting because if we had this discussion sort of 12 months ago, the amount of dual mouth to lungers and direct to lungers, I think, would have been a lot lower. Because when I first started, you tended to be firmly in one camp or the other, and then the pods came along, and it seemed to reignite the mouth to the mouth to lung.
But the mouth to lung hasn't done the resurgence that I was expecting it was going to.
There has been some quality mouth to lung.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. But I was expecting it to be a little bit more than it really is. It's so like I would say that the mouth to lung and direct to lung is kind of equal at the present moment.
I know a lot of mech heads that have gone back to mouth to lung.
Yep. Jackie, you're right. There is an RDA out there. It's a series RDA. And what that means is instead of having your coils resistance, because you know how you put one in and then you put the other one in, it takes the resistance down by half. Instead of doing that, it actually uses it like it was a series build, as if it was a single coil.
There were a couple of mods that RDAs that came out that you actually built like that as well. They had weird decks, and it was so like the way that you coiled it up, it was like coiling one coil instead of having two, but you did have actually physically two coils.
Right.
Wow.
Going back in the day, there were weird. So like you'd look at it and you
Before
think,
I was vaping.
it was like, okay, there's 3 posts, so that goes. No, don't do that, or you will end up. Yeah, there were quite a few little RDAs that came out like that.
I mean, Gav's again, bless him. He's just mirrored what I do now. I tend to use the pod in the car when I'm driving, but if I'm out and about, it'll be a dripper or it'll be a bloody big tank, to be honest.
One thing I have noticed about...
I'm getting the last bit of juice out.
You been to Taco Bell?
Not this morning.
Just apologise that Chris has got the squirts.
I got a bad case of the SoulOhms. Excuse me, Gailey.
Bless you. Getting back to what we were saying, I've noticed that people are wanting smaller mods, though.
Yeah.
Even though they want SoulOhm in, they still want smaller mods. Whereas, you had your Smock and Aliens and all that lot. It was like big chunky mods with a big chunky SoulOhm tank slapped on top of it. I've noticed people are moving definitely away from that now.
I think it's more about being pocket friendly now, isn't it?
I mean, you go back to 2017, and it was the big mod with the big tank.
Yeah, but like Rev said earlier, back in 2017, you were looking at the wattage war, weren't you?
Yeah, of course you were.
So it was the 3 battery mod. Yeah. But what we got? G-Proof Baby mod. I've not seen one of them in a while.
I love my G-Proof Baby mod.
Bless.
Oh,
Andy, there we are. 30 AWG, 2 mil, 8 wraps, darn near 2 ohms.
there you go.
Christ, I don't think I could build with 30.
30 gauge. No, I've got some. 2 mil, 8
I
wraps.
must admit, I still like using 21 because it feels like you're some sort of strongman, You don't just get your coiling jig out, do you? You're like, yes, you bugger!
I always think of Ralphie, because he always did the 007 build.
Ralphie.
Well, in our shop at the present moment, we've got a Rogue, which is a 007 serial number.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
that's very
know.
nice.
I'm so tempted. 007.
Oh, there we are. The Fetch Pro looks very decent. SoulOhm vaping in the palm of your hand. I can think of more fun to have with the palm of one's hand.
Check for hair. Check for hair.
How do you stop the Kelpie leaking? Because I'm still failing. I haven't had a problem with that.
You got how are you making a Kelpie leak?
And I tend to purge out of habit. Because
Yeah.
Mark told me off the other night. You're not supposed to blow. That sounded better in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like I say, I purge out of habit. I get a little bit of sort of dribble, but most
Do you know something? Ever since I've had it, no dribbling whatsoever, and I just pour juice down the centre of it. Little tip of a trick though. When you put your coil, get your coil reasonably close to the actual curve of the deck. I find that makes it a lot easier.
just ask how you can make a Kelpie leak very easily.
But honestly, I'm struggling to make this leak. I really am. Just me juicing.
That's an interesting point, actually. Is it the RTA or the RDA that's leaking? Because I haven't got the RTA.
I've got
I
both,
have.
and both of them don't leak.
Cool.
Actually, speaking of which, do believe. There it is right there.
There. Oh, it must be the RTA.
Yeah, if it's the RTA, it's just that you've got to do the damned. Is it damned?
The damn method.
I'm just going to have a look at this.
Secret of a blowjob. Don't. Thanks, Bill.
Thanks for letting us know there, Bill.
That's actually quite pretty.
What's that?
The Chroma R.
Oh, you're into your chromas, aren't you?
My wife just got the chroma kit.
That's quite pretty. I wouldn't say it's mid-range, is it? Sort of price-wise? Looking about $40 or something.
What's that?
Confidence.
Paint your wig after you cut. Don't brush them. Okay. What, on the RTA there, Glock?
Yeah.
See, I've had no bother with me with this at all for leaking or anything like that. Have you had any trouble with yours?
No. I get a bit of condensation around the air holes, but that's about it.
I've not even had that. Nothing at all. Very
No, to be honest,
interesting.
it's quite a nice clean one. 38 quid mod. Oh, that's not bad. I must admit, the brushed bronze does look very nice. Classy.
A classy look.
Well, I always thought Snow Wolves had that sort of nice look to it. I was a fan of the Wolf's Head. But
The Snow Wolf?
Yeah.
Not me. I like the old school Snow Wolf when Modus made them instead of Sigelli.
Was it?
I've got one up here, the original.
I had one.
And then they brought out the mini, didn't they?
Mm.
And then Sigelli took over.
Yep.
But isn't the Snow Wolf a separate company to Sigelli? It's one of them offshoot jobbies.
Yeah, I think it's still overall owned by, but
It's a bit like the Chaos range, isn't it?
Yeah. Russ, I always do my batteries on a separate charger, mate.
Yeah.
I really don't like.
Oh yeah, external charger.
External
all the way.
charger all the way, definitely.
I never use my mods to charge them.
Ooh.
The only time that I ever use my mods to charge them up via the mod is literally when I'm testing them. Up for
The only
review.
time I do is if I'm out and I don't have a spare pair of batteries and they're dead. If I don't have another mod to change to, I'll charge them in the car.
And to be honest with you, I think that's the whole idea, the whole point of it. to be fair. It's so like if you are caught short, you can charge them, but it's not ideal. Because it's same with the Admodus Minikin V3, isn't it? It comes with that charging deck, but even they don't recommend that you use that charging deck as a permanent thing to charge your batteries with.
Now, speaking of which, did you see that pod system on Vic's What's Up?
I didn't know.
Rather than having a LiPo fixed battery,
Cronus kit, that's what she got.
it was effectively it was like a camera battery.
Oh, I've seen them before. Yeah, that was on his What's Up ages ago.
Yeah, what a cracking idea.
Yeah, I thought that was a good idea, but that seems to have...
That, for me, would completely take any qualms I had about buying a LiPo mod. Because my one concern is they've only got so many charges. Once it's dead, it's dead.
Yeah.
What was was it Inikin that made it? It was two sides, and you could change the batteries. And they're bolted together to make your box mod. Then you used to take it off, and you could mix and match different colours with it. So one side was the actual battery itself that you had your own proprietary charger with it. And then you could swap it out and put another one in. Oh, what was that called? Was it the Defender or something like that?
Oh, let's have a look. Inikin Defender.
I think it was Inikin anyway.
Inikin Disruptor.
There you go.
Bunny still has one. Ooh, excuse me.
Whoa, wow.
And I'm surprised that never took off. More.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, yes, at the minute, the cost of vaping kit is quite cheap. In comparison to years ago, it's dirt cheap, yeah? But is the consumer going to start getting miffed at, the 6-month mod? I do. Even if I'm coughing 35, 40 quid up, I don't want to be doing that every 6 months.
No.
And the speed that mods are being changed, there's no guarantee you're going to be able to get hold of a mod that you like within the next 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my Sigelli. Absolutely love my Sigelli. The Cylon died. Yeah. Now, I prefer to buy my mods from certain retailers. I don't want to go onto eBay and start buying from the dodgier end of the market, because you never know whether you're getting a legit or, something that's been refurbed. So, being able to buy the stuff that I want, but knowing it's going to last a long time, that's one of the first things I'm looking for.
It's like what just Andrew was saying about it was expensive, and that's why it didn't take off. Yeah, I'm not saying about that part, but that idea of the replacement batteries, instead of actually having an 18650 battery, I still think it's a good idea, but I'm surprised it never carried on.
Well, that's why I waited for the Vinci X, because it takes the 18650, I just still sounds.
Oh, bless you. Right, guys, we're up to that half an hour.
Wow.
I know.
Shot round.
I know, ain't it just? So then, Chrissy, baby, I'm going to ask you, what's going off in the world of Lethal Coils?
More Twitch and YouTube streaming. We tested out some things last week where I'm actually going to be streaming to both platforms at the same time. So if you guys don't catch me on Twitch, you'll be able to catch me on YouTube doing my gaming stuff. You guys will be able to catch me again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, midnight in the UK. I do know, and I apologize for that, guys. But I'd love to see as many of you guys make it as you can. We've got some changes coming up, so that's pretty exciting stuff. But yeah, that's about what I got until next week when you guys catch me here.
Awesome. And Steve?
Cool. Right, well, we've got Tales from the Ohm 2 o'clock Sunday. This week, live juice test.
Yes, we have.
We will be trying the raspberry version of the Wick yogurt range.
Thank you, Gailey.
Looking forward to that big time.
I am. I can't wait.
I've got some more written reviews coming up. A bit more about that probably next week when I find out a bit more. Okay? So I'm really looking forward to Sunday. I do love our chill out.
Oh, yeah. Sunday chill out. It's just relaxing.
As Mark said, if you've not caught it already, head over to SoulOhmReviews.com and you can see my first miserable attempt.
It's not. It was good. I really enjoyed it.
And that's for Riot Salt's Purely Minted, which was kindly provided by It's Not Smoke, bless them. So cheers, Ben. Dale, if you didn't catch the thank you at the start of the show, you can get it now. Oh, there you go. The raspberry should be in by dinner time tomorrow. Ben, I love you. In fact, I hope you've got a bottle of apricot as well, because I want to try that.
And Mick Beaver's going to go and get the clutch.
Oh, nice.
Nice one. I'm going to get one.
So you can catch us there. So what you got coming up, kid?
Tomorrow, what day are we on? Thursday. Tomorrow I'll be doing a juice review. Watch tomorrow and you'll be able to see what I'm reviewing. Just a little juice review. I believe it's strawberry kiwi I'll be reviewing. So going to do that. Then obviously we've got the live show on Sunday at 2 p.m. with me and Steve. Monday will be a hardware review. I'm kind of ended up now I've settled down into my new job and everything. I'm doing a hardware review at the beginning of the week and a juice review at the end of the week. It's just making life a little bit easier. So that's what's going off at the present moment in time. And that's about it, really. Obviously, Ohm Service live on a Thursday. So, yeah.
Awesome.
And bitches are back tomorrow at 8 p.m.
I was going to do that, Gailey, anyway. Thank you. You beat me to it. It's not shameless. It's very tasteful.
It is definitely very tasteful.
So if you want to see the ladies, 8 o'clock, Twitch. If you're not sure where the link is, onto the Facebook group. You'll normally find some nice persons shared it.
Oh, I'm sure there will be some nice person in chat that will share that link for us.
Oh, indeed.
So I'll let you, Steve, say your tries and then we'll pass it over to Lethal.
Well, thank you to everybody who's joined us. There's been some great chat tonight. It really has. And it's lovely to see some new names up. There's definitely tasteful. Do you even know us? Honey, I don't want you belting me next time I see you, love. Mind saying that, we do still have an appearance to do, haven't we?
We certainly have, yes.
Yeah, so I'm being nice. As I say, lovely to see all the new faces in there. Dale, Ben, thank you for joining us, mate. Really appreciate it. And to the people we haven't seen in a while, Manic.
Yeah.
It was lovely to see Mannequin. Voka, thank you again, mate. Oh, Voka got the AK-82s in. Wow.
Loving them.
Coils.
I've got the Alien. Comes out at 1 Ohm. Oh, that is just nice.
I've got the Fralians in, but more on that on Sunday. So I'm going to hand you over to Chris. You're going to do the thing, Chris?
Sure, I'll do the thing. Thanks, everybody in chat, for joining us for a great show. Thanks to all the Spanners in there doing such a great job. Bunny, Bill Richards, Chaos Pixie, thank you guys so much. As we always say, don't forget that no matter how bad your days might be, you are the master of your own destiny. You're the only one in this world that can pick and choose how positive or negative your days will ever be. So remember to keep that positivity high, keep the smile on your face, and let that negative brush off your shoulders. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Take it away, Mark.
That didn't sound very positive.
No, that didn't even sound sincere. That was like, yeah.
Are you running for Congress?
Yep. Vote for me.
Yeah. Want to give a big shout out to Steve and Chris. Thank you for a wonderful show, as always, on a Thursday. I do really do love my Thursdays. Everybody in chat, thank you so much for all your comments and wonderful information that's been spread across our little screen there. It's up there. I'm looking down here. It's up there. Also, yes, we are open to Gainsborough Christmas switch on. We can quite happily do that one, can't we, Steve?
Stuart, that's why I let every bugger else do it. It's easier.
Just want to say a big thank you to everybody. People that are watching on the replay, thank you so much as well. If you've liked the show, if you could give it a jolly well good thumbs up, that will be absolutely awesome. It does mean a lot to us and obviously helps us with the YouTube, and we all know how YouTube is playing around with us vapors at the moment, so it all helps to promote it. So yeah, give it a good thumbs up if you could, and we will see you all on Sunday and then on Thursday next week. From me and the guys,
Bye!
bye!
Twitch, shameless plug. Twitch, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Bitches, yes.
Bitches. The Bitches of Eastwick at 8 p.m. Be there or be square.
Hashtag special.
Hashtag very special.
What are you saying, you?